And I'm back. This is my Real Housewives of Atlanta review. Let's just get through this, y'all. Anywho, so we left off from last week with Porsha making the stink face as Kenya and Marlo went down for dinner. And then Cynthia's asking Porsha to pray, and she's like, I'm not in the praying mood right now. So Cynthia takes the reins on that. They start eating Latoya's attempt at a seafood boil. Everyone's like, it's okay, if a person doesn't know how to cook, it's good. So then the conversation starts with, they're bringing up her bachelorette party night, and Cynthia's basically saying that her seeing the girls make out turned her on, and she went upstairs to handle her business. It's okay. I get it. Or maybe I don't. I don't get it. And now they're talking about Bolo's penis size. I mean, really, are there actually penises out here that are like arm length? And I want to know who survived taking a penis this big. That's what I want to know. Really, Kenya? Are you really talking about in your confessional how Porsha was taking Bolo's piece? It's kind of disgusting how you're describing it too. Like, this woman is obsessed with Porsha. Before all you Kenya haters get started, it's gonna be a long one, so either you can turn this video off or you can listen to me read Kenya. Your choice. So the conversation takes a turn for the left when Latoya brings up, while Drew is talking, what kind of married woman would be all up on Bolo? Are you for real? But then Drew really shuts that down like, hold up, biggest fan. And I gotta say, Latoya did come up with a good comeback. She's like, yeah, I'm your biggest fan, your only fan. That was a little funny. Why are we shaming the women for enjoying the stripper? I mean, that's why they got him in the first place, to enjoy him for her bachelorette party. Lord have mercy. And then they're going back and forth, and then Latoya said, was that you at 6 o'clock in the morning that Kenya was talking about? Oh. Here we go. And so then Kenya's like, oh, so you're saying it was Drew who was there at 6 o'clock in the morning? Now, you know Drew is a married woman. You trying to put her on blast like that, and Drew isn't having it. She then turns to Kenya and be like, girl, do you remember what you were doing with your legs bust wide open? And then producers remind us how Kenya was opening her legs, but the extra shady producers added a creak when she was opening her legs, like she needed some MD-40. Now that is the type of shade production that I would be doing. So kudos to production for adding that shady ass sound effect. Kenya, you made a whole pretend court trying to find out who slept with Bolo. You hate Porsha, and you found some tea that you thought you could embarrass Porsha with, so you've been going on about it for the past 2 days. So wait, I thought Latoya was trying to get on Drew, but now she's getting on Kenya too. She's like, well, yeah, you've been the only one investigating it, and Kenya's like, okay, Minion, you're going off script. You're going off script, Minion. Like, girl, are you drunk? At first, she's trying to shame Drew for having fun with the stripper, but then she's getting mad at Kenya for trying to investigate who slept with Bolo. Like, girl, pick a side, because you sound stupid right now. So now Marlo chimes in and confirms that she also heard sex sounds coming from the room by the refrigerator. It's like everyone's implying, but no one wants to say whose room it was. Which we know that they're talking about Porsha's room, so all these ladies right now are chicken shit, like skirting around the issue. Porsha's already hip to Kenya's game. She already sees it coming. She already tells Marlo, just wait a minute, she about to tell you. So as Kenya's trying to be a chicken shit and imply that it was Porsha's room, Porsha already does it for her. She says, oh, so you're talking about my room. Kenya, I didn't say anything. Well, you're talking about the girls' room, so you might as well say you heard sex noises in Porsha's room. Tanya's trying to stick up for her homegirl, but then she kind of outed herself and said that, oh, I was in Porsha's room too, so what's up? And I'm guessing everyone was like, girl, why would you say that? And I'm just like, well, I mean, maybe Tanya doesn't have anything to hide. I don't know. But I don't think Kenya got Porsha and Tanya to tell on themselves, because she was basically trying to imply that the entire time. So Kenya says that she thinks it's disgusting if anything went on because you need to do it in your own place, and my daughter was present. But your daughter was present even if nothing else went on sexually with the stripper. The stripper was still there and your daughter was there anyway. So maybe you shouldn't have brought your daughter on the trip. Maybe you could have left her with Mark. Oh wait, Mark doesn't care about your kid. He cares about your money because he wants alimony, but we haven't gotten to that part yet. Like, I don't get this. Just the hypocrisy. And then trying to call it disgusting. Girl, you are disgusting. Have you seen how you've been treating these women? Oh my gosh. See, at that point, Porsha should have jumped across the table because you know what you're doing. You try to push these girls' buttons and it's not going to work with Porsha because you know what Porsha did? She went and left the table. That's what she did. And that was the best option she could do. And I'm glad she was unbothered by it because it shows growth. Something that Kenya knows nothing about. And also, I want to say, because I've been seeing this a lot on Twitter, that people have been saying that, oh, well, if it was Kenya that slept with the stripper, these girls would be on her. They'd be trying to destroy her and shame her. I don't think so. But let's go rewind back. Why do these girls not like Kenya? Ask yourself that. And like, let's not even talk about past seasons. Let's just talk about this season. Why someone wouldn't like Kenya. So first is, trying to hide from everybody the transportation and then having everyone else driving a bus for 8 hours. That was one. Two, childcare. Like, you didn't tell anyone you was bringing your kid. You didn't offer anyone else to bring theirs. Three, not being able to feed everybody, but feeding yourself though, and eating it in front of hungry guests as well when you're the host. And then four, you judging these women and trying to out people about whatever they're doing, which is their business, their room. It wasn't your house. It wasn't your house. So whatever someone does on vacation in their room is their business, not yours. Now, if Porsha would have jumped across the table and tried to sock Kenya, then Porsha would have been the wrong, and then Kenya would have been like, oh, well, I'm the victim. She hit me. I just used my words. I didn't tell her anything. Remember when Phaedra was about to knock her out with her pocketbook? Because Kenya knows what she's doing, and she wants a reaction out of people. And it's so crazy how much Kenya can dish it but can't take it. Someone with bad skin doesn't have thick skin. I feel sorry for her. Right, thank you, Candy. If you were just in your room, minding your business, minding your child, actually, then you wouldn't even heard any sounds. None, because you were upstairs. You went downstairs to see what was happening. I agree with Candy when she says that it was supposed to be a safe space, a non-judgmental space. That's why they told the cameras to leave so they can do whatever they want to do. Oh, Cynthia, shut your boring ass up. Because you know you don't want nobody in your business as well, okay? Oh my God. I'm so glad this is your last season, girl. You were really nice at BravoCon though, but on this show, you ain't working. So that is the end of this 4-day trip to South Carolina. We are now back in Atlanta, and the next scene we're with Drew and her husband Ralph. And I got my hand on this fast forward button too. Oh, Lord, I really hate the way he talks to her. He talks to her like she is a simpleton and he knows everything. And not in a way that she thinks that she's stupid. It's because like, oh, she's the woman and she's supposed to listen to me, the man. So now that she's about to tell Ralph what went on at the Bachelorette party, we now get to a 3-way scene of the ladies explaining to the person that they're talking to about the Bachelorette party. So we have Drew and Ralph, we have Candy and Miss Donna, and then we have Cynthia and Mike. So first I gotta commend Drew because all she told her husband was what happened between her and the stripper. Nobody else. Now, I thought from Candy, she said, oh, what happens in the dungeon stays in the dungeon, but apparently not because Cynthia and Candy were just telling everything. So first we get to Cynthia and all she's talking about is how big Bolo was and the and then I have to see this uncomfortable scene of Mike with, his thing right here on Cynthia. I'm just like, really? I don't want to see this. Can we get to the next scene? Then she tells him that like, oh yeah, there were noises and someone had sex. I'm just like, really, Cynthia? Really? I see why people at Love B. Scott and the blogs all was reporting this because y'all can't keep y'all mouths shut. Like, damn. And then Candy talking to Miss Donna. Oh my God. So Candy's just giving all the type of details, saying that the girls were getting frisky with each other. And then she was talking about how Kenya tried to put Porsha on blast. Like, she basically just told Don Juan everything. Don Juan, old thirsty, odd looking ass, was just getting his life listening to this mess I'm like, Don Juan, aren't you tired of being Candy's gay Igor for 10 years? Why don't you get some business of your own? Go apply for Nene's show. Isn't she looking for gays? I also didn't think what he said was funny, like the social justice snatch. That wasn't funny. The OnlyFans thing wasn't funny. And I really wish Porsha read your ass for filth, because you always got a lot to say about Porsha, but you can't say that to her face. But yeah, we get back to Drew, and her husband wants more details, and she's like, well, you gonna give me more details about when you went to Tampa? And then he's like, this isn't about me, this is about you. And then she was like, where were you staying when you were in Tampa? Really? He stutters? And he said he was at a hotel. And then they start talking about that. But then basically she tells him everything what happened with her and the stripper, and that was it. And that's why I commend her for not putting anybody else on blast and just talking about her experience and what happened to her, unlike Cynthia and Candy. So next scene we're with Kenya. She's doing some photo shoot for some random magazine that wants her on the cover, and then she gets a visit from Latoya. So Latoya was mad at Kenya because of the investigating she was doing and trying to put women that have, you know, husbands, fiancés, other men on blast for messing with the stripper, when it really is nobody's business but their own. And Kenya tries to say that, oh, well, you were being pussy whipped by these other women and trying to affect our situation. Really? So you just want your minion just to do whatever you say? Well, I guess that is what a minion is. But yeah, you want her to stay in the minion's place. I got it. You gotta love Kenya's revisionist history. They were making her feel shit about her daughter. Okay, girl, whatever you want to say to make yourself look like the victim. Okay, they were jumping on you for no reason at all. You're just this kind woman who brought her daughter on a trip. You know what I'm going through with my husband. You know what I'm going through with Brooklyn. I just know you're an asshole. That's all I know from watching you every Sunday. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is why Kenya was mad and butthurt at Porsha and trying to humiliate Porsha, because Latoya wasn't the one on her when they were getting all frisky. She was on Porsha. That's what happened, the jealousy of it all. The stripper wanted Porsha, and your butt buddy wanted Porsha as well. So you were upstairs with your child, just by yourself. Your dusty coochie was feeling some type of way. That's what happened. And is she for real with this whole crush thing? Can she stop this? And of course Latoya is going to be a sheep and just follow along whatever Kenya says after this. Kenya wants to make sure she has loyalty from Latoya going forward. Oh my goodness. Kenya says Porsha wants to be her. Okay, all right. You know, y'all already know what I'm going to say, so I'm just going to keep watching. I'm just going to keep watching. That's all. I don't have anything to say on that. Now, Kenya lovers who are watching this video right now, yes, Porsha is jealous of Kenya. Porsha wants to be Kenya. I'm sure y'all tell yourselves that when you're defending Kenya in the comments. So Latoya is going in depth about what happened between her and Porsha, since Kenya just accused her of having a threesome. And I'm just wondering, why is Kenya so bothered by what Latoya is doing with anyone else? I still do not understand that. Well, this scene ends with Kenya feeling so vindicated that she just knows that Tanya and Porsha had sex with Bolo. Like, she feels really good about herself. So next scene we're with Porsha, and I love when her hair is this color. It looks so good on her. And as we know, her and Drew are neighbors, so Drew stops by. They're basically having a little mini brunch, and it looks like they're having a little friendship together, getting to know each other. I like them together. They're talking about the trip, and Porsha particularly loves how Drew checked Kenya at the table. Now, one can say that Porsha is just picking up some alliance with Drew because Kenya and Marlo aren't beefing anymore. Drew really don't mind being with this toxic man, huh? So he's calling her, asking where she's at and when is she gonna get home. Meanwhile, he went to Tampa for 3 days, didn't even contact his wife, but he needs to know where she is at all times. So they're still getting to know one another, and we find out that Porsha is still single and not seeing Dennis. Drew's husband calls her again while she's at Porsha's house, and that's when Drew knows that it is time for her to exit. So next scene we're with Candy, and she's playing with Ace. This is a cute scene, but fast forward. Then afterwards we have Cynthia sitting around with her family, her daughter, her mom, and her sister, talking about the wedding. I might have to fast forward this too. Yeah, the only interesting part of that Cynthia scene was her sister pointing out that she had ashy feet. So next scene we're with Kenya and she's going to meet up with her divorce lawyer. Kenya looks nice, and then her ass looks normal in these pants that she's wearing too. She looks really nice. She's a beautiful woman with an ugly soul. So we see that they're still going back and forth on custody, and for some reason she's trying to take care of all these legal matters without hurting him. But on the other end, he definitely doesn't care if he hurts her or her child. I think he's just after her money, honestly. So then she tells her lawyer that Mark has been sending her love songs and possibly wanting to be back together with her, because I know the only reason she's prolonging this divorce is because in some strange way she still wants to be with him, even though it's unrequited to the 10th power. Like, she really is holding out all hope that this man changes his mind. They're in 2 different states and have been separated for over a year, and she's still holding on to this. And her lawyer is laughing at her. Laughing at her. I mean, it's funny because it's sad, honestly. So yeah, while she's kikiing and laughing with her lawyer lets her know that, well, while he's sending you messages, he's pulling stunts, and yeah, he's asking you for alimony, and he's filing divorce. And her face is cracked. And her lawyer ain't shit for laughing with her, knowing this information beforehand. Yes, Kenya receives these papers like she can't believe it, and she's clearly embarrassed. So she's confused because he said on camera before that if they had a divorce, he doesn't want anything. He doesn't want any of her money. But this was pre-pandemic. And Mark owns a restaurant, and if you own a restaurant right now, especially in New York City, you are not doing that well. So yeah, things change, and I can see why he's after her alimony right now. So it seems like Kenya is in for a long divorce battle now, according to her lawyer. A lot of like petty back and forth. What can you say? I mean, I feel bad for her, but Mark is definitely her karma for how she treats everyone on this show. And that is where the episode ends. And then after that, we get a boring mid-season trailer where I'm just like, is that it? That's all that's happening? I was very unimpressed. It looks like we got maybe 8 more episodes of this season, which means 8 more weeks. Oh, Lord. Also, with the trip, where did Fallon go? That's what I was wondering. Did she just leave early? Anywho, and also I heard that Kenya spoke out on Twitter after the episode aired and said that Mark isn't no longer filing for divorce. Y'all still ain't together. I don't know why she hasn't divorced this man, because he continues to embarrass her on this show. What comes on this week? Oh yeah, we have Basketball Wives, we have Jersey, no more Salt Lake City, thank goodness. But we do have Married to Medicine coming. God is going to save Sunday nights, I hope. Anywho, I'm going to leave. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.